Good morning, students. I am Pushkar Paritosh, and today we will discuss the first chapter, that is environment. Mohan started going to school after a long vacation. When he reached, he observed that the single playground next to his school was dug up completely. He then heard people saying that the construction of a huge building with many flats had to take place over there. After hearing this, Mohan got shattered. He realized that from now on the large playground with the soft grass and the beautiful flowers and butterflies will not be there. He shared his feelings with his classmates. See how our environment is changing, said the principal sadly in the assembly. What is the environment? Asked Mohan in the class to his teacher. The teacher answered, whatever you see and observe in your surrounding, that is called environment. Does it mean then that the school building, tables, chairs in the classroom, even that open field, the road, the garbage, my friends, all are parts of our environment? Ravi asked aloud. The teacher said yes, but wait, some objects like mountains, rivers, trees, animals are natural. Objects like roads, cars, clothes, books, etc. are man-made. So you can say that we have seen that there are two components of environment here in this example. One is natural, the other is man-made. The air we breathe, the water we drink, the food we eat, and the land where we live are all provided by the environment. How is this natural environment modified by the human beings? The smoke from cars pollute the air. Water is collected in a pot. Land is used to build factories, and food is served in vessels. Cars, mills, factories and containers are all made by human beings. Natural environment is modified by human beings in this way. Now there is a work for you, work in pairs, and prepare a list of the creation of nature and by human beings with your classmate sitting next to you. It means what? You have to work. This work is given in your book, but you have to do it alone because now the school is not running, it is closed. So you have to do it at your home only. And now the next, Mohan, Jasprit, Jenny, Mumtaz, Seema were all excited about preparing the list. Why is our environment changing? Asked Ishan. It's all because of our needs. Day by day, our needs, wants, and desires are increasing. Therefore, our natural surroundings get destroyed by us due to modification, the teacher responded. So students, you have seen this, that if the population increases, so the population also needs houses to live in, hospitals to be cured, and schools and colleges to get education. So to build these structures we need land, and for land, to acquire land, we have to clear the forests and other vegetation. So this way it means human changes the environment. Now students, do you know about components of environment? There are three components of environment. The first one is natural. It means we see natural components of environment like water, that is hydrosphere, air, that is atmosphere, land, that is lithosphere, and living things, that is biosphere. So there are four parts of natural components of environment. Now the next component of environment is human-made. So in human-made component of environment, we have examples of buildings, parks, bridges, roads, monuments, industries. So these all are human-made components of environment. Now the last component of environment is human itself, like individual, family, community, religion, educational, economic, political situation. So these all are human component of environment. Now let us move on. It can be understood from the above conversation that environment is the place, people, things, and nature that surround any living organism. It is a combination of natural and human-made phenomena. So in the environment we see trees also, we see humans also, we see human-made things also like buildings, like parks, bridges, industries. So all these together make environment. It is a combination of natural and human-made phenomena. That's why it is written. Human environment highlights the activities, creations, and interactions among human beings, whereas the natural environment refers to both biotic and abiotic conditions present on the earth. So human environment means activities, creations of human, and interactions among human beings, while natural environment includes or refers to biotic and abiotic components. So do you know what is biotic component? Biotic means the world of human organisms. For example, plants and animals. What does abiotic means? Abiotic means the world of non-living elements. For example, land, air, water, etc. Now, students, there is an interesting fact that what is the origin of the word environment? So this word environment comes from French word environner. What does this environner means? Environner means neighborhood. So from this word we get the word environment. Now the next topic is natural environment. The natural environment comprises of land, water, air, plants and animals. The meaning of lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere and biosphere from your previous class are already familiar to you. So, you know very well about lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere and biosphere. Let us study more about these domains with other facts and details. Now there is a work for you students. Observe your surroundings. Prepare a list of uses of the land in your neighborhood. For example, some lands are used for buildings. Some lands are used for agriculture. Like this, you have to prepare a list that how lands are used in your village or in your surroundings. The hard top layer of the earth or the solid crust is known as the lithosphere. So we know about this. The top layer of the earth is called lithosphere. It is covered by a thin layer of soil that is made up of rocks and minerals. So the soil on which we live, on which we grow crops, so that soil is made up of rocks and minerals. We know about this, with various landforms such as mountains, plateaus, plains, valleys, etc. It forms an irregular surface on the ocean floors, and also over the continents landforms are found. So we can find landforms on the ocean floors also, and over the continent it is very easy to see the land on which we live is present on the continent. So here I am showing you the picture of domains of the environment. Now there is another work for you. From where does the water you use in your home and school comes? This is the question. Prepare a list of different uses of water in your daily life. Have you seen anyone wasting water? How? So students, you have to prepare a list that how you use water in your daily life, and have you ever seen a person wasting water, and if a person is wasting water, then how he is wasting, how do you think that he or she is wasting the water? So you have to write all this. Now let us move on. The domain that provides forests, grasslands for grazing, land for agriculture and human settlements is lithosphere. Lithosphere also serves as a source of mineral wealth. Mineral wealth means there are many minerals found in lithosphere like coal, iron, aluminium, gold, diamond. So these all are minerals. The crude oil is also a mineral, fossil fuel. So these all minerals are found in lithosphere. So this is very important for us. The lithosphere is very important for us because we get many types of minerals from this lithosphere which are very useful in our day-to-day life. Hydrosphere is the domain of water. Various sources of water and different types of water bodies like rivers, lakes, seas, oceans, etc. comprises the hydrosphere. So all the water bodies, for example, rivers, lakes, seas, oceans, small streams, these all are together called as hydrosphere. It is essential for all living organisms on earth. So, can you imagine your life without water? Of course not. We cannot live without water. So this is very important for our life and for the plants also, for animals' life also. This water is very important. The thin layer of air that envelops the earth is known as the atmosphere. We know this. The atmosphere is held around the earth by a gravitational force. Now, students, have you ever thought that how this envelope of air is stuck to the earth? So this is because of the gravitational pull of the earth. The gravitational pull of the earth pulls the air of the atmosphere, and because of this, the atmosphere is stuck to the earth. It acts as a shield from the scorching heat and the harmful rays of the sun. Many different gases and dust and water vapor are its constituents. So what are present in atmosphere? If you are asked this question, then you can answer that atmosphere consists of different types of gases, dust and water vapor. And what is the work of this atmosphere? An important work of atmosphere is to protect us from the scorching heat and harmful rays of the sun. If there was no atmosphere, then life is not possible, because we cannot live without air, and if it does not protect us from the harmful rays of the sun, then also we cannot be alive on this earth. The changes in the weather and climate are the result of the changes in the atmosphere. So students, nowadays you can see how the weather changes, and this is the best example to understand that how the weather changes with the changes in the atmosphere. The living world or the biosphere is made up of plant and animal kingdom together. So in the biosphere we have plant kingdom also, and we have animal kingdom also. In order to support life, it is a narrow zone of the earth where land, water and air interact with each other. So students, can plant kingdom or can animal kingdom live without land, without water or without air? No. They can't live without air, water or without land. So the living organisms need these things to process their life. Now the next topic is, what is ecosystem? Jenny exclaimed at an NCC camp. I am giving you an example. Jenny exclaimed at an NCC camp, which Mohan was also attending. So Jenny was there and Mohan was there, and Jenny exclaimed, what? She exclaimed, what a heavy downpour. It reminded me of my home in Kerala. You should come and see how it pours and pours and pours over the coconut plantations and lush green fields. So this was the sentence of Jenny. Jenny exclaimed. She was very happy with the scene, what she saw. We get no rains. We see only kikar and sand as far as the eyes can see. Meera from Jaisalmer exclaimed. So in Jaisalmer is in Rajasthan, and if you go there, you will see what you will see. You will see only sand and only some plants are present there. There is no rain. So this is what Meera exclaimed. To which Mohan said. So Mohan replied, but camels are also found there. So this is very true. Camels are found in the deserts. So in Jaisalmer also you can see the camels. Not just camels. If you visit our deserts, you will also find snakes, lizards, and many insects, said Meera. So you can understand that in deserts not only camels are found, but there you can find snakes also, lizards also, insects also. Why do the animals, the vegetation, and the way people live are different at each place? Are they all linked to each other? Mohan thought. So you can also think of this, that why do the animals, why do the vegetation and the people live differently at different place? The teacher replied, oh yes, very much so. It is on the immediate surroundings that all plants and animals and human beings are dependent on. At times, they are also interdependent on each other. So, the vegetation, the type of vegetation that is present anywhere, you will find the type of animal kingdom, that type of animal kingdom there. For example, if there is no tree in desert, so you cannot find a monkey there, a monkey in the desert generally. So the type of vegetation determines the type of animals, and the type of vegetation depends on the type of soil, the type of climate, the type of weather that is present there. So an ecosystem is formed by this relation between the living organisms as well as the relation between the organisms and their surroundings. A large rainfall, grassland, desert, mountains, lake, river, ocean, and even a small pond could be an ecosystem. Do you think an ecosystem can be formed in the park in which Mohan and his friends played? So this is the question. Now just think upon this. The fact to know. Do you know when we celebrate World Environment Day? It is celebrated on 5th June of every year. So World Environment Day is celebrated on 5th June every year. Now the next topic is human environment. It is according to the needs of the human beings that they interact with the environment and modify it. So humans modify the environment according to their needs. If we need hospitals, then we build some hospitals. If we need some educational institutions like schools, colleges, then we build schools and colleges there. If we need some more houses to live in, then we will build some houses there. And if we need roads and railways for transportation, then we build roads and railways to facilitate us. Earlier it was according to the natural surroundings that the humans adapted themselves. So before many years ago, people adapted themselves according to the surroundings. For example, in cold places, the people adapted themselves how to live in cold places, what to eat, and how to move from one place to another place. For example, students, I am giving you some examples. For example, in Jammu and Kashmir, where there are ice covers, so the people who live there, they eat more of meat and milk. Why? Because there we cannot grow crops because of the presence of ice. Like that, the people of Bengal eat more rice. Why? Because their rice is produced so much because of the presence of rainfall. So this is the habits, the examples that I have given you are the habits of people living in different places. And like this, earlier the people adapted themselves how to live, what to eat, and how to move from one place to another, and many things like this. From the nature around them, they fulfilled their requirements and live a simple life. So before, many times years ago, people lived simple life. They lived according to their surrounding. Human needs grew and became more varied with time. In order to use and change the environment, humans learned new ways. So as the population grew, the needs and wants grew. We needed many hospitals, we needed many more facilities, and for that we changed our environment. We used our vegetation, we used our land, we used our water resources, and doing this we have changed our environment much. They began living a settled life. The people began living a settled life when they learned agriculture, cultivated crops, and domesticated animals. So slowly they began living a settled life. They began to cultivate crops. they began to domesticate animals. Before that, they used to hunt wild animals. Now they use them for domestication. Now they do not need to run behind the wild animals because the animals are present in their homes, in their surroundings also. They domesticated them and used them for meat, milk and skin. Trade was started and commerce developed. Surplus food was produced. Barter system emerged and the wheel was also invented. So slowly commerce also developed. Surplus food was produced and barter system emerged. So do you know about barter system? I think you have studied this in class 6, that the things were exchanged and this exchange was known as barter system. For example, if you have wheat and you need clothes, and if someone has clothes and he or she needs wheat, then you can exchange your wheat with clothes from him or her. So this is the barter system. Now let us move on. Large scale production was the result of the Industrial Revolution. So do you know about Industrial Revolution? Industrial Revolution was the time when there emerged more and more numbers of industries. So industries give us a bulk production because their machines work for production, and at few time you can say the industries can produce more and more products. So that's why the production increased. Transportation became faster. So when we invented motor, transportation also became faster. All over the world, information revolution made communication easier and faster. So students, transportation has also become faster. Now you can fly 1000 miles an hour with jet plane. So this is very fast, but in earlier times you can't even imagine about this. Like this, now communication facilities also became faster. Now sitting in your home and getting this education, this is possible only because of the technology, because of the communication developed. So let us now move to the next topic. You like eating a juicy watermelon in summer and hot roasted peanuts in winter. Have you ever wondered why? Why do you like eating a juicy watermelon in summer and eating hot roasted peanuts in winter? It is necessary to have a perfect balance between the natural and human environment. So because of this, we have this type of habit. A harmonious way must be learned by the humans to live and use their environment. So we should live a harmonious life. We should not quarrel with each other and use the environment accordingly. We should not destroy our environment. We need the environment, but should not destroy it, because future generations also need environment. So we have to keep our environment or resources for them also. Joya, a girl from Mizoram, from Mohan's class, often talks about the lush green surroundings of her place. Seeing Mohan upset at having lost his playground, Joya invited him to visit her home estate in the upcoming vacation. The landscape, houses, and activities of the people and places they visited during the holidays were asked to be drawn by the students by Mohan's teacher. So this was the story, and I also gave you some example, some homework like this: sketch or bring photographs of your place like the students in the story. So this is the homework that you should do: sketch or bring photographs of your place like the students in the story. Now your chapter is finished, and I hope that you will finish the exercise, and this exercise is given in your book. So as soon as possible you should finish the exercise and submit the homework. So stay safe, students, stay at home and be careful. Thank you.